Hello guys, welcome back. So NFF officially resumes their office work today after the Salah celebration. And one of the first things that they did was to check on Coach Finidi's resignation letter that he tendered last week. If you follow the last video, you know that I mentioned that Coach Finidi submitted his resignation letter on Friday evening, which was not read whatsoever because the guys in NFF had already gone for strike. And one of NFF's official obviously confirmed that last week that the letter uh, got to the office of the Secretary General of the NFF, but that it wasn't open because no one was on seat, and that this week Wednesday being today, that NFF are going to look at the letter to see if they're going to accept or reject the resignation letter. But the report coming out right now is that NFF has now accepted this letter. They find everything Coach Finidi wrote in the letter as reasonable and valid. So they've now decided to unanimously accept the letter. But earlier on, there was a bit of a misunderstanding because it appeared that the letter didn't have a signature to it. But then once the signature thing was resolved, it was then duplicated and made available to all the NFF's executive members. And after that, it was then approved. So the focus right now for NFF is going to be looking for the coach to employ for Nigerian Spiders. Of course, if you follow the channel, you know that I talked about the fact that NFF are looking for a foreign coach specifically this time. They are not considering home base, at the moment. And the person that has come out as favorite right now is Antonio Contencao. But I've also been looking at Cameroonian current coach Mark Bryce. And I talked about that in the last video. They want to see if they can exploit or take advantage of the controversy that the Mark Bryce is having with Cameroonian FA president, that's Samuel Eto'o, to actually lure him to Nigerian Spiders. Mark Bryce is really interested in the Nigerian Spiders job, and he has not, in fact, dismissed the claims that he had talks with the Nigerian Football Federation. So he's very interested in that one, and NFF are looking at him as an option, for the next Super Eagles head coach job. So that's what's currently happening right now. And a very credible source close to the Federation is even claiming that the NFF wants to move very quickly to appoint the next Super Eagles head coach, a foreign coach, before the month ends. They are looking at actually announcing this coach towards the month end. That's the plan right now for NFF. So it feels like they're going back again to before the appointment of Coach Finidi. These are waiting and delaying and all of that, but that's what's happening right now. But one man has now advised NFF in terms of the coaches to employ, whether foreign or home based. And the man is Colin Udoh, who, in the last video, he obviously offered clarification regarding Victor Osimhen and Coach Finidi's issue. Colin wants NFF to employ Samson Siasia as the head coach of the Nigerian Spiders and then Salisu Yusuf as the assistant coach. And he is now advising NFF to wait until August, when Siasia's ban is going to expire, and then he can start taking up jobs. So he's saying that if he was in a position, he would tell NFF to wait a little bit longer until like September, when Siasia will be free to start coaching again, so that he can be given the job. According to him, Siasia and Salisu can guarantee Nigerian Super Eagles a qualification to the 2026 World Cup if they are given the chance. But one problem for me, with this idea is that Siasia's ban is going to expire August, and then September, give or take, is when he's going to be available to start taking up contracts, as an Nigerian Spiders head coach. And then our qualifiers game for the 2025 Nations Cup is going to start September. You see that if this were to happen, if NFF were to follow Colin's advice, then it would still be like more or less the Finidi situation, whereby Siasia won't get enough time to actually train these guys because he's just getting on the job in September, and then, in a few days, couple days, he's having to play a series of very, very competitive games in the Nations Cup qualifiers. But let me know what you think about this. Is this actually a good advice that Colin has offered to the NFF? But moving forward, let me let you know that one man has now blasted Victor Osimhen for actually disrespecting Coach Finidi on his Instagram. And this man is no other than the Rangers Football Club title-winning manager. He actually won the league recently with Rangers, which of course gave him the popularity to start tendering his opinion about what's happening in the Nigerian football industry. Rangers title-winning coach Fidelis Electrical has now expressed his disappointment in Victor Osimhen, calling him a nobody for disrespecting Coach Finidi. The coach, says that Osimhen does not represent, does not understand what he is, the icon that he is currently in Nigerian football, because he is the African Player of the Year, and that for someone that has such a reputation, or such a title, he should know how to act better. The coach condemns Victor Osimhen when he was giving an interview to Villa FM, and he says that Osimhen just started football yesterday, and he has no right whatsoever to talk disrespectfully to Coach Finidi, who has been in the game since the 89s. He feels Osimhen should apologize to Coach Finidi publicly. If he, in fact, even stated that NFF should mandate Osimhen to offer an apology to Coach Finidi for doing something like that. But moving on, guys, let me let you know that Osimhen Dele-Bashiru is on the verge of moving to Lazio at this minute. The report is that there has been some agreement between Hatayspor, his current club, with Lazio, and it's reported to be around 7 million euros. And this could now see Osimhen Dele-Bashiru switching from the Turkey side to the Italian side in the coming days. The contracts and paperwork, everything are still subject to signature, from both parties, but it's really very close right now that the move is going to materialize. And to end this segment, and also on transfer, let me let you know that Francis Uzoho has had some interest coming in from Malmo, the Swedish the football club. It is actually Ibrahimovic's childhood football club. They have now expressed interest in signing the Nigerian goalkeeper. The report is that Malmo are actually willing to buy out the remaining 3 years contract of Francis Uzoho with Nicosia, because he still has a contract running until the next 3 years. So, but they want to buy out that contract and then have him move over to Sweden to start representing Malmo. But we'll see what happens in the next coming days/weeks. Thanks for watching this one. Don't forget to like and share the video. React to any of the stories that you feel connected to. Stay tuned to the channel. More updates on Raveling soon, and have a blessed day ahead, guys.